Well, here we are in Islandbridge, a memorial site,
Minister,
one of three we're going to visit
Your
today.
Excellency guests, ladies and
Remembrance
gentlemen,
Sunday.
on behalf of the Royal British Legion Republic of Ireland, the Irish National War Memorial Gardens Trust and the Office of Public Works, I welcome you here today to the Irish National War Memorial Gardens for a short service to remember the Irish men and women and peoples of all nationalities who fell in two world wars, 1939, 45 and today especially 1914, 1918. Before the ceremony, chant!
Inwards, stretch. Eyes, back.
Please be prepared to receive the books of the fallen and the officials from the various embassies and the minister.
Islandbridge. Order. Standard.
Good morning to you all. On behalf of the Royal British Legion in Ireland and the Irish National War Memorial Committee, it is my privilege to welcome Minister Pat O'Donovan, Minister of State for the Department of Finance and Public Expenditure, and representatives of their excellencies, the ambassadors of the United Kingdom, Germany, Australia, New Zealand and Belgium. I also welcome serving personnel and veterans of many York services, both in Ireland and Britain and the United States, and distinguished representatives of civilian bodies and organisations. And you all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us. On this day, 100 years ago at 11 o'clock, the fighting of the First World War ended and a new world began. On the exact centenary of that armistice, the Royal British Legion, with the trustees of this park, will host the Act of Remembrance timed to coincide with events taking place at the National Memorials of England, Scotland and Wales. We gather here, both as a national community and in communion with Europe and the world, at a seminal moment at 11 o'clock for a silence of 2 minutes, a minute for the living and a minute for the dead. We commemorate together all those who lost their lives in the Great War of 1914 to 1918. In particular, the estimated 35,000 Irish men and Irish women from all parts of this country who served and died in the conflict. And remember too the appalling price that the war exacted on all nations, not least Germany and Turkey. We also take this opportunity to say thank you to all the First World War generation, to the many peoples of the world who left their homes so far across the continents and Commonwealth and the United States to aid us at our time of need in Europe. We also say thank you to those who served and sacrificed on the home fronts, the women of our nations, who manned the factories and the civilian services like the St. John Ambulance and the Scouts, who all contributed so much during that war to rebuilding our society afterwards. We do this here at Islandbridge, this sacred place chosen by the nation as the site of memory for all islands fallen, now so beautifully cared for by the Office of Public Works. This is a people's cathedral, largely constructed by Irish veterans and paid for not by governments at the time, but by the public donations collected from all across the 32 counties of Ireland after 1918. Its stone here is made of Wicklow granite, but its foundations, equally strong, are made of deep love and profound sorrow. Shillings of sorrow and pennies of compassion built this place. And so it is we gather here to remember the dead and the survivors, all the victims of war, including ourselves. We hold the torch high over their sacrifice, and in peace, we honour their memory, and by so doing, we honour ourselves and our nation. But having only lately reclaimed them, let us not go from this place and consign them now to memory, but rather let us renew our commitment to their continued remembrance, so that a name shall live forevermore.
Thoughts this particular Remembrance Sunday centre on the signing of the armistice and the ending of World War I 100 years ago. Thoughts also centre around those who went to war in the first place in defence of democracy, truth and freedom, and to fight against oppression and tyranny. Some may view remembrance observations with cynicism, perhaps trying to argue the Poppy and Remembrance Day are all about glorifying war. Could anything be further from the truth? Far from glorifying war, what is remembered is pain and death on both sides, often bloody, cold and fearful, set in conditions of hardship and deprivation on the battlefield or in the prison camp. What is remembered are millions of ordinary men and women who gave their todays in 2 world wars and in wars since then, that we in our time may have our tomorrows. Generation fight against evil whenever and wherever we find it, and in whatever guise it may take. For the sake of those who died and who endured the agony, hardship and suffering in the past, new strengths need to be found.
I will now invite the Minister to lay a wreath on behalf of the Government of Ireland. This will be the first wreath before the silence. Representatives of the British and the German governments to lay their wreaths. The representatives of the Australian and New Zealand governments to lay their wreaths. I invite you to mount the steps for the exaltation.
Islandbridge, Harry, Thomas.
As we that are left grow old, age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. And at the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
The remainder of the official readings. I invite the President of the Royal British Legion in the Republic of Ireland, Lieutenant Colonel Ken Martin, Mr. John Stewart, the Royal British Legion of Northern Ireland, to join the reads together. Royal Military Police Association, Mr. Carson from the Royal Irish, the Irish Guards, the Royal Irish 18th of Foot, the Royal Dublin Fusiliers, the Irish Bar, I now invite all of you, the people, who wish to place a wreath or an item on the cross to please come forward. Stewards, you may lift the ropes. Play the national anthem. Thank you. Yes, sir, we did that.
Yeah. Okay, thanks very much. Well, ladies and gents, we'll see you in another 100 years. Your ancestors anyway.